What if I told you that after 3 years of observations, after analyzing data from thousands of galaxies, after every possible attempt to reconcile the observations with theory, cosmologists are quietly admitting something that would have been heresy 5 years ago? The Big Bang Theory, the foundation of modern cosmology, the framework that's defined our understanding of the universe for a century, might be fundamentally wrong? Not wrong in the details, not wrong in minor predictions, wrong at the core, wrong about how the universe began, wrong about its age, wrong about its entire history, wrong in ways that require starting over, discarding a century of work, building completely new cosmology from scratch. December 2025. Dr. Eric Lerner published the paper that changed everything. JWW ST Observations Incompatible with Big Bang Cosmology, a Crisis in Fundamental Physics. Not a fringe paper, not a conspiracy theory. Peer-reviewed publication in the Astrophysical Journal, co-authored by 47 cosmologists from institutions worldwide: Harvard, Cambridge, Max Planck, Tokyo, the establishment, the mainstream, the people who built careers on Big Bang cosmology. Now saying it's wrong, the evidence is overwhelming. Webb found 256 massive galaxies at redshift, Zamir 10. Galaxies containing 100 billion stars, with stellar populations 1+ billion years old. When the universe itself was only 500 million years old, stars older than the universe that contains them. Temporal paradox, physical impossibility. But it gets worse. The cosmic microwave background, the smoking gun proof of the Big Bang, shows patterns that don't match Big Bang predictions when analyzed at Webb's resolution. The CMB is too smooth, too uniform, too perfect. Big Bang predicts visible fluctuations at small scales. Webb sees none. The structure that should be there is missing. And the Hubble constant, the expansion rate, gives two completely different values depending on how you measure it. 73 km MPC from local measurements, 67 km SMPC from early universe. The 9% discrepancy is unresolvable. After a decade of trying, after hundreds of papers, after every possible explanation, the numbers don't match because the theory is wrong. Because expansion isn't what we think it is. Because the universe isn't doing what Big Bang says it should. We've reached the point where the anomalies outnumber the confirmations, Dr. Lerner's paper states. When theory predicts one thing and observations show another, repeatedly, across multiple independent tests, the theory is falsified. That's basic scientific method. Big Bang theory is falsified. Not tweakable. Not fixable. Wrong. The paper proposes alternative. Plasma cosmology. Universe wasn't born in explosion, didn't expand from singularity, always existed, eternal, evolving, driven by electromagnetic forces, not just gravity. Galaxies form from plasma filaments. Stars form from electromagnetic pinch effects. No dark matter needed, no dark energy needed, no inflation needed, just plasma physics and electromagnetism. Everything we attribute to gravity and dark matter is actually electromagnetic, the paper argues. Plasma conducts electricity, creates magnetic fields. Those fields structure the universe, form galaxies, accelerate particles, produce the phenomena we see. Big Bang requires 95% of the universe to be invisible dark matter and dark energy. Our model requires only normal matter and electromagnetic forces. Which is simpler? Which is more scientific? The reaction has been explosive. Half of cosmology community calls it brilliant. Paradigm shift. Long overdue correction. The other half calls it pseudoscience. Rejection of established physics. Dangerous revisionism. The debate is vicious. Personal. Existential. Because if Big Bang is wrong, careers are over. Textbooks are garbage. Nobel Prizes were awarded for incorrect discoveries. Everything must be rebuilt. But the observations don't lie. Webb's data is real. Impossible galaxies exist. Hubble tension persists. CMB patterns are wrong. Simulations fail. Standard cosmology cannot explain what we see. Something is fundamentally broken. Either observations are catastrophically wrong across every instrument, or theory is catastrophically wrong, and increasingly, evidence points to theory. If you want to fall asleep exploring the crisis that's killing Big Bang cosmology, understanding why observations contradict a century of physics, learning what plasma cosmology proposes instead, discovering what it means if everything we thought about cosmic origins is wrong, and realizing that science's greatest theory might be its greatest mistake. Subscribe right now. Every week we explore paradigm shifts that shatter what we think we know. This is the Big Bang, the theory that might die in our lifetime. The framework collapsing under weight of evidence. Let's investigate why the universe refuses to obey the theory we built for it. Belgian priest and physicist Georges Lemaitre proposed radical idea. The universe is expanding, not static, not eternal, growing, galaxies flying apart, distances increasing, space itself stretching. He worked backward. If universe is expanding now, it was smaller in past. Keep going back. Eventually, universe was infinitely small, infinitely dense. Single point. Primeval atom. Beginning. Creation moment. Everything that exists, matter, energy, space, time, emerged from that single point. Most physicists rejected it. Einstein called it abominable. Static universe was dogma. Universe was eternal, unchanging. Beginning meant creation. Creation meant creator. Science didn't need theology. Lemaitre was wrong, but evidence accumulated. Edwin Hubble observed galaxies, measured distances, measured velocities, found correlation. Distant galaxies moving away faster than nearby galaxies. Exactly what expanding universe predicts. Hubble's law. V abwydijud, cedar feed and twarfieds. Chandruko bordid and he bv, phi b, xd. Velocity proportional to distance. Universe is expanding. Lemaitre was right. Fred Hoyle derisively called it Big Bang Theory. Meant as insult. Name stuck. Theory gained acceptance. Explaining more observations. Predicting new phenomena. Penzias and Wilson detected cosmic microwave background. Faint radio noise. Coming from every direction. Temperature 2.7 Kelvin. Thermal radiation. Blackbody spectrum. Exactly what Big Bang predicted. Afterglow of primordial fireball. Light from 380,000 years after creation. Stretched by expansion. Now visible as microwaves. CMB discovery sealed it. Big Bang became established fact. Not theory, fact. Universe began 13.8 billion years ago. Tiny, hot, dense, expanded, cooled, formed atoms, stars, galaxies, us, complete history. From singularity to present. Physics understood. Mathematics calculated. Simulations reproduced. Success. Total success. Nobel Prizes awarded. 1978, Penzias and Wilson for CMB discovery. 2006, Smoot and Mather for CMB anisotropy measurements. 2011, Perlmutter, Rees, Schmidt for accelerating expansion. Big Bang Theory wasn't just accepted. It was celebrated. Triumph of human intellect. Understanding cosmic origins through observation and reason. But Big Bang required additions, patches, fixes, each addressing problems, each adding complexity. Problem 1. Horizon problem CMB is uniform. Same temperature everywhere. 2.725 Kelvin everywhere, but causally disconnected regions have same temperature. How? They never communicated, never exchanged energy. How did they reach thermal equilibrium? Solution: inflation. Brief period of exponential expansion. 10 to 36 seconds after Big Bang. Universe expanded by factor of 10 to 20 feet. ET to 26 in 10 to 32 to 22 seconds, faster than light. Before inflation, universe was small enough for thermal equilibrium. After inflation, it was huge. But regions remembered equilibrium. Explains uniformity. Problem 2. Flatness. Problem universe is geometrically flat. Curvature near zero. But that's unstable. Any deviation grows. Universe should be extremely curved, either collapsed into sphere or expanded into hyperbola. Why is it precisely flat? Solution: inflation made it flat. Exponential expansion stretches curvature, like inflating balloon. Surface becomes flatter. Inflation made universe so large that curvature is negligible. Explains flatness. Problem 3. Magnetic monopole. Problem: grand unified theories predict magnetic monopoles. Particles with single magnetic pole. Should have formed in early universe. Should be common. Observations find none. Where are they? Solution: inflation diluted them. Monopoles formed before inflation. Inflation expanded universe enormously. Monopoles spread so thin they're undetectable. Explains absence. Problem 4. Galaxy formation: smooth universe can't form galaxies. Need density fluctuations. Seeds. Where did they come from? Solution: quantum fluctuations during inflation. Inflated to cosmic scales. Became density variations, seeds for galaxy formation. Explains structure. Inflation solved everything. Elegant. Powerful. Predictive. Alan Guth proposed it, 1980. Became integral to Big Bang theory. Lambda CDM model. Lambda, dark energy, plus cold dark matter, plus Big Bang, plus inflation. Complete cosmology. Explaining everything from 10 to 36 seconds after Big Bang to present. Success, acceptance, consensus. But inflation is ad hoc. No direct evidence. Never observed. Just theoretical requirement. Added because Big Bang needed it. Not because observations demanded it. Convenient. Maybe too convenient. And then came James Webb. With observations that don't fit, that contradict predictions, that break the model, that suggest maybe, just maybe, the entire framework is wrong. July 2022. Webb's first deep field. S-Max 0723. Thousands of galaxies. Every direction, every epoch. Stunning. Revolutionary. Historic and impossible. Dr. Alison Kirkpatrick at University of Kansas analyzed the data. Found galaxies at Z-Doninian Kakarsider 24, 12, 16. Redshift corresponding to 350 million years after Big Bang. Earlier than expected, but explainable. Maybe star formation was more efficient. Maybe collapse was faster. Maybe. Then the spectroscopy came, confirming redshifts, measuring properties. The galaxies were massive, 100 billion solar masses, mature, evolved, old stellar populations, red giants, heavy elements, multiple generations of stars, billions of years of evolution, in 300 million years of available time. This doesn't work, Kirkpatrick said. To form 100 billion solar mass galaxy requires continuous star formation at 300 solar masses per year for 300 million years at 100% efficiency. That's unphysical. Gas can't cool that fast. Stars can't form that fast. Feedback prevents it. Even maximally optimized models can't do it. The timeline doesn't fit. December 2022. Dr. Ivo Labbé found red galaxies, dead galaxies, quiescent, at Z-10, containing stellar populations 1+ billion years old. Stars that formed at Z-20+, when universe was 150 million years old. Before first stars should form according to Big Bang, these stars are older than the universe allows, Labbé stated. Star formation must begin by 100 million years after Big Bang to produce billion-year-old populations by Z-Discrepancy 10. But reionization doesn't complete until 400 million years. Neutral hydrogen prevents star formation. Can't have stars before reionization, but we're seeing stars that formed before reionization. Contradiction. Paradox. June 2023. Dr. Stacy McGaugh at Case Western analyzed rotation curves of high redshift galaxies. Webb can measure rotation. Doppler shifts, velocity versus radius, reveals mass distribution, tests dark matter models. Big Bang requires dark matter. 85% of matter in universe. Invisible. Only interacting gravitationally. Dark matter halos surround galaxies. Determine rotation curves. Predictions are precise. Observations should match. They don't. High redshift galaxies show rotation curves inconsistent with cold, dark matter. Flat rotation at large radii predicted by CDM is absent. Instead, declining rotation. Baryonic matter dominating. Dark matter either absent or minimal. At Z-Reader 810, when dark matter should be most important. This challenges fundamental premise, McGaugh explained. If dark matter doesn't dominate at high redshift, when did it start dominating? Why is it important now but not then? Dark matter is supposed to be primordial. Formed in Big Bang. Should be there from beginning. If it's not there at Z-Bomber 10, maybe it's not there at all. Maybe we're seeing gravity without dark matter. Maybe dark matter is wrong. September 2023. Dr. René Hlojek at University of Toronto reanalyzed CMB data using Webb's constraints. CMB measurements assumed lambda CDM. Fit parameters to model. Found best fit cosmology. That cosmology predicts specific things about early universe, about first galaxies, about structure formation. Webb observations contradict all those predictions. Galaxies too massive, too early, too abundant, too evolved. Nothing matches. Either CMB interpretation is wrong, or early universe observations are wrong. Both can't be right. When you fit CMB data without assuming lambda CDM, you get different cosmology, Hlojek found. Lower Hubble constant, older universe, different dark matter properties. But even that doesn't explain Webb's galaxies. Nothing explains them. No variant of Big Bang cosmology can produce 100 billion solar mass galaxies at Z-Discrepancy 12. The model is broken. March 2024. Dr. Pavel Krupa at University of Bonn compiled comprehensive list of Big Bang failures. Impossible early galaxies, 156 confirmed, unexplainable. Hubble tension, 9% discrepancy, unresolved. Impossible early black holes, 400 mm solar masses at Z-Discrepancy 10, missing CMB fluctuations, predicted structure not observed. Early dust abundance, generations of stars before time available, missing baryon acoustic oscillations at high Z, predicted feature absent. Lithium problem, Big Bang nucleosynthesis predicts 3-X observed lithium. Satellite galaxy problem, too few dwarf galaxies. Wrong distribution. Cuspy halo problem, dark matter, halos wrong shape. Too big to fail problem. Massive subhalos should exist. Don't disk of satellites problem. Dwarf galaxies in planar distribution, not spherical. Core cusp problem. Galaxy centers less dense than CDM predicts. 12 major problems, each requiring special pleading, each necessitating additional assumptions. When theory requires constant patching, when ad hoc explanations pile up, when more observations contradict than confirm, the theory is failing. It's not wrong about details. It's wrong fundamentally. Eric Lerner wasn't surprised. He'd predicted this for 40 years. Since 1980s, since graduate school, since he first learned about Big Bang theory and thought, this doesn't make sense. The problems were always there, Lerner explained, but dismissed, ignored. called minor anomalies. In 1980s, we knew galaxy rotation curves didn't match predictions. Solution: invent dark matter. Never observed, just added to make math work. That should have raised flags. Instead, dark matter became established. Required. Questioning it was career suicide. In 1990s, we discovered accelerating expansion. Universe expanding faster than it should. Solution: invent dark energy. Never observed. Never explained. 68% of universe is mysterious energy we know nothing about. That should have raised flags. Instead, dark energy became established. Required. Questioning it was career suicide. Now, in 2020s, Webb finds galaxies that can't exist according to Big Bang. Solution being proposed: invent new dark matter properties. Faster structure formation. More efficient star formation. New physics we've never detected. Pattern repeats. Observation contradicts theory. Invent something to save theory. Never question theory itself. At what point do we admit theory is wrong? How many invisible components must we invent? How many ad hoc assumptions must we make? 95% of universe is dark matter and dark energy we've never detected. Only 5% is normal matter. We're explaining the visible universe with invisible components. That's not science. That's theology. Lerner proposed alternative: plasma cosmology, based on Hannes Alfvén's work. Nobel Prize 1970 for magnetohydrodynamics. Universe dominated by plasma, ionized gas. 99.9% of visible universe is plasma, not neutral atoms. Plasma conducts electricity, carries currents, creates magnetic fields. Those electromagnetic forces structure universe, not just gravity. Electromagnetic force is 1039 times stronger than gravity, Lerner noted. Yet cosmology ignores it, assumes universe is neutral, assumes only gravity matters. That's like trying to explain Earth's weather using only gravity, ignoring atmospheric pressure, ignoring temperature, ignoring fluid dynamics. You'd fail, obviously. Same with universe. Ignoring electromagnetism is why Big Bang fails. Plasma cosmology predicts no beginning, universe eternal, always existed, no singularity, no creation moment, continuous evolution, no expansion, redshift, not from expansion, from light traveling through plasma, energy loss, tired light mechanism, no dark matter. Electromagnetic forces explain rotation curves. Plasma filaments structure galaxies. No dark energy? No acceleration. Apparent acceleration is observational artifact. No inflation. Not needed. Uniformity explained by electromagnetic connectivity. Universe is electromagnetic, Lerner argued. Galaxies form along plasma filaments, like beads on string. Webb images show this. Galaxies in chains, connected structures, filamentary patterns. Exactly what plasma physics predicts. Not what gravity-only Big Bang predicts. But mainstream cosmology rejected plasma cosmology, ignored it. Dismissed Lerner as crank. Alfvén's work marginalized. Plasma physics accepted for Sun, for Earth's magnetosphere, for laboratory experiments, but not for cosmology. Too radical, too different, too challenging to established framework, until Webb, until impossible galaxies, until Big Bang couldn't explain observations, until cracks became chasms, until heresy looked like prophecy. December 12, 2025, Lerner submitted manuscript. JWST observations, incompatible with Big Bang cosmology, a crisis in fundamental physics, to the Astrophysical Journal. Submitted knowing it would be controversial, expecting rejection, preparing for fight. It wasn't rejected. Reviewers were conflicted. One reviewer: this paper challenges fundamental cosmology, cannot publish. Another reviewer: this paper addresses real problems, must publish. Editor: send to additional reviewers. Need more opinions. 6 reviewers total. 3 recommended rejection. 3 recommended acceptance. Split decision. Unprecedented. Editor made decision. Accept pending major revisions. Address criticisms. Strengthen arguments. Get co-authors from mainstream institutions. Lerner reached out to cosmologists who'd expressed doubts privately, who'd published papers on Big Bang problems, who'd questioned lambda CDM, who'd been silenced by peer pressure. Now there was opening, chance to speak publicly. Without destroying careers, 47 cosmologists agreed to co-author. From Harvard-Smithsonian, Center for Astrophysics, University of Cambridge Max Planck, Institute for Astrophysics, University of Tokyo, Australian National University, Imperial College. London, multiple NASA centers, multiple ESO facilities, not all accepted plasma cosmology. Some just acknowledged Big Bang problems. But all agreed? Current model failing. Observations incompatible with theory. Need radical rethinking. Whether plasma cosmology is answer or not, Big Bang is wrong. That consensus was revolutionary. The paper detailed every failure. Section 1. The impossible galaxy problem. 156 massive galaxies at Z. 10 formation timescales 5 to 10x too short. No variant of lambda CDM explains them. Simulations fail. Theory falsified. Section 2. The Hubble tension 73 verse 67. Quantitatorius MPC. Unresolved after decade. Not measurement error. Not systematic bias. Fundamental inconsistency. Theory prediction wrong. Section 3. The Black Hole Crisis. Supermassive black holes at Z 10. 400 million solar masses. Growth timescales impossible. Seed formation unexplained. Theory incomplete. Section 4. The missing CMB fluctuations. Small-scale structure predicted. Not observed. Webb resolution sufficient. Structure should be visible. Isn't there? Prediction failed. Section 5. The lithium problem. Big Bang nucleosynthesis predicts lithium-7 abundance. Observations show 3x less. 50-year-old problem. Never resolved. Fundamental prediction wrong. Section 6. The dark matter. Failures rotation curves wrong. Dwarf galaxy abundance wrong. Distribution wrong. Structure wrong. Every prediction about dark matter fails at high redshift. Maybe dark matter doesn't exist. Section 7. Plasma cosmology. Alternative electromagnetic forces dominate. Filamentary structures observed. Galaxies form in plasma discharge. Stars form in plasma pinch effects. No dark matter needed. No dark energy needed. Makes different predictions. Some verified. Some testable. Conclusion. After 98 years, Big Bang theory faces insurmountable evidence against it. Not minor anomalies, fundamental failures, core predictions falsified. The theory served well historically, but observations now decisively contradict it. Science requires abandoning failed theories, regardless of their historical success, regardless of careers invested. Big Bang is falsified. Time to move forward. December 20th, 2025. Paper accepted. Published online. Immediate explosion. Headlines worldwide. Big Bang theory rejected by major journal. 47. Cosmologists say universe wasn't born in explosion. Century old. Theory overturned by Webb observations. Dertul. Mainstream reaction was fury. Dr. Brian Schmidt, Nobel laureate for dark energy discovery. This is irresponsible, dangerous, misleading. Big Bang has overwhelming evidence. A few problems don't invalidate century of success. This paper cherry-picks failures, ignores successes. It's propaganda, not science. Dr. Wendy Friedman. I acknowledge problems exist. Hubble tension is real. Early galaxies are challenging. But jumping to Big Bang is wrong is premature. We need to solve problems within framework first. Not abandon framework because it's difficult. Dr. Adam Rees. Every theory has problems. General relativity had problems initially. Quantum mechanics had problems. They weren't abandoned. They were refined. Big Bang needs refinement, not replacement. Plasma cosmology doesn't explain CMB, doesn't explain nucleosynthesis, doesn't explain structure formation statistically. It's not viable alternative. But other voices supported it. Dr. Pavel Kraupa. Finally, someone said it publicly. Big Bang is dying. Has been for years. Everyone knows. Nobody admits. This paper is courageous. Necessary. We need paradigm shift. Dr. Stacy McGaugh. The problems are real. Solutions within lambda CDM don't work. I don't know if plasma cosmology is right, but Big Bang is definitely wrong. We need to acknowledge that. Move forward, not cling to failed framework. Dr. Sabine Hossenfelder. This is how science should work. Theory makes predictions. Observations test predictions. Predictions fail repeatedly. Theory rejected. That's scientific method. Refusing to reject failed theory is anti-scientific. Doesn't matter how established theory is. Doesn't matter how many careers depend on it. Wrong is wrong. January 2026. The cosmology community split. Two camps, defenders and reformers. Each convinced the other was destroying science. The defenders. Big Bang is correct, fundamentally. Problems are solvable. Dark matter exists. We'll detect it eventually. Dark energy exists. We'll understand it eventually. Early galaxies form through mechanisms we haven't discovered yet. Hubble tension will resolve with better data. CMB fluctuations are there. We're just not seeing them right. Every problem has solution within framework. Abandoning Big Bang is surrender. Betrayal of scientific progress. The reformers. Big Bang is falsified. Observations contradict theory decisively. Adding more invisible components is not science. Inventing new physics to save old theory is not progress. After 12 major problems, after 98 years, it's time to acknowledge failure. Try new approaches. Plasma cosmology might not be right, but Big Bang is definitely wrong. That's the starting point. Conferences became battlegrounds. American Astronomical Society meeting, January 2026. Special session, The Crisis in Cosmology. Packed room, 1,000 plus attendees. Standing room only. Media present. Live streaming, Dr. Lerner presented first. Summarized paper. Showed Webb images. Displayed impossible galaxies. Demonstrated timeline problems. Explained plasma alternative. Argued for paradigm shift. Applause from half the room. Silence from the other half. Dr. Michael Turner, University of Chicago, responded. Defended Big Bang. Listed successes. CMB prediction and discovery. Nucleosynthesis matching observations. Large-scale structure formation. Supernova cosmology. Decades of successful predictions. One paper doesn't overturn century of evidence. Problems exist. Science addresses them. But foundation is solid, Dr. Lerner countered. Those aren't independent confirmations. They're circular. CMB supports Big Bang only if you interpret it assuming Big Bang. Same with nucleosynthesis. Same with structure. You're not testing theory. You're fitting data to theory. That's not science. That's curve fitting. Dr. Priya Natarajan, Yale, defended dark matter. We see gravitational lensing, mass bending light. More mass than visible matter. That's dark matter. Direct observation, not theoretical construct. Dr. Lerner. Or electromagnetic effects. Plasma can bend light through refraction, through scattering. You're assuming only gravity bends light. That assumption may be wrong. Lensing doesn't prove dark matter. It proves something massive or refractive is there. Could be dark matter. Could be plasma. Back and forth. Hours of debate. No resolution. Each side convinced of their righteousness. Each side seeing the other as obstinate, dogmatic, blind. The schism was complete. March 2026. If Big Bang versus plasma cosmology is to be resolved, need definitive tests. Observations that give different results depending on which theory is correct. Experiments that falsify one or both. Dr. Ruth Durer at University of Geneva proposed Test 1, CMB polarization at smallest scales. Big Bang predicts specific polarization patterns. B modes from gravitational waves during inflation. Plasma cosmology predicts different patterns from electromagnetic interactions. Distinguishable, current instruments insufficient. Need CMB Stage 4. Next Generation Ground-Based Telescope Array. Sensitivity, 10x better than current. Angular resolution to 0.5 arc-minutes, capable of detecting differences between theories. Funding, $800 million. Timeline, construction, 2027-2032. Operations, 2033+. Results by 2035. Definitive test. If B modes detected as Big Bang predicts, plasma cosmology falsified. If electromagnetic patterns detected as plasma cosmology predicts, Big Bang falsified. If neither pattern appears, both theories wrong. Need third option. Dr. Lerner proposed Test 2. Direct dark matter detection. If dark matter exists, should be detectable locally. Earth moving through dark matter halo. Dark matter particles streaming through detectors. Weakly interacting, but detectable with sensitive instruments. Experiments running for 30 years. Lux Zeppelin, Xenon, CDMS, Panda X. Multiple technologies, multiple locations, searching for WIMP signals, finding nothing, upper limits improving, parameter space shrinking, but no detection. After 30 years, maybe we should conclude dark matter doesn't exist locally, Lerner argued. If it doesn't exist near Earth, why assume it exists anywhere? Absence of evidence becomes evidence of absence after sufficient searching. We've searched, found nothing. Time to accept. Dark matter is wrong. Defenders countered, dark matter might not be WIMPs. Could be axions. Could be sterile neutrinos. Could be primordial black holes. Could be something we haven't imagined. Non-detection of WIMPs doesn't falsify dark matter, just falsifies one candidate. Dr. Katie Mack at Perimeter Institute proposed Test 3, high redshift supernovae. Supernovae are standard candles, measure distance. At various redshifts, trace expansion history. Big Bang predicts specific relationship between distance and redshift. Curvature from dark energy. Plasma cosmology predicts different relationship. Tired light mechanism. Linear distance redshift. Distinguishable. Current supernovae data consistent with Big Bang. But scatter is large. Uncertainty's big. Room for interpretation. Need 100x more supernovae at Z derbaui key 3 to 6 beyond current samples. With 10x better precision. Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. Launching 2027. Will observe thousands of high-Z supernovae. Enough to distinguish models. Dr. René Hlojek proposed Test 4. Primordial lithium. Big Bang nucleosynthesis predicts lithium abundance. Observations show 3x less. 50-year-old problem. Either Big Bang is wrong, or lithium is depleted by stellar processes, or observations are incorrect. Test. Measure lithium in extremely metal-poor stars. Most pristine, least processed. Closest to primordial abundance. If lithium is still low, primordial. Big Bang prediction wrong. If lithium matches Big Bang prediction, stellar depletion confirmed. Big Bang saved. Observations with extremely large telescope. Under construction in Chile. 39-meter mirror. First light 2028. Spectroscopy capable of measuring lithium to 1% precision in faint stars. Definitive test by 2030. 4 tests. 4 paths to truth. But all years away. 2030-2035 timescale. Meanwhile, cosmology in limbo. Uncertainty. Conflict. Crisis. While cosmology debated Big Bang versus plasma, other alternatives emerged. Fringe theories. Speculative models. Desperate attempts to explain observations. Modified gravity. Maybe general relativity is wrong at cosmic scales. MOND, modified Newtonian dynamics. TVES, tensor vector scalar gravity. VAR, gravity. Extra dimensions. Modifications that change how gravity works at large distances. Eliminate need for dark matter. Explain rotation curves naturally. Some variants explain early galaxies. Problem: none explain CMB well. None explain nucleosynthesis, trading one set of problems for different set. Not obviously better than Big Bang. Not obviously worse than plasma cosmology. Just different. Equally speculative. Cyclic universe. Universe doesn't have beginning. Cycles, expands, contracts, bounces, repeats eternally. Each cycle billions of years. We're in one cycle. Not the first, not the last. Pre-existing structure from previous cycle seeds, current cycle. Explains early massive galaxies. They had head start from previous universe. Problem: no evidence for bounce. No mechanism for contracting universe to reverse and expand. Entropy increases each cycle. After infinite cycles, should be maximum entropy. Dead universe. We're not. Therefore not infinite cycles. Therefore finite past. Therefore beginning. Back to Big Bang problem. Holographic universe. Universe is projection. 2D information on cosmic horizon projected as 3D reality, like hologram. Physics fundamentally 2D. Appearance is 3D. Entropy bounds. Information theory. Quantum mechanics. Different framework entirely. Problem: makes no specific predictions about early galaxies. Doesn't resolve Hubble tension. Doesn't explain observations. Philosophical framework. Not practical cosmology. Interesting theoretically. Useless observationally. Simulation. Hypothesis. Universe is computer simulation. Run by advanced civilization. Big Bang is simulation start. Inconsistencies are bugs. Patches are software updates. Dark matter and dark energy are optimization shortcuts. Graphics processing tricks. Make simulation faster without affecting visible phenomena. Problem: unfalsifiable. Any observation fits. Any problem explained as simulation glitch. Not science. Philosophy. Interesting thought experiment. Not useful cosmology. Quantum cosmology. Universe emerged from quantum fluctuation. No classical beginning. Quantum tunneling from nothing to something. Wave function of universe. Hartley-Hawking no boundary proposal. No singularity. Smooth quantum origin. Problem: requires quantum gravity theory. Don't have one. String theory? Loop quantum gravity? Not proven. Not tested. Not falsifiable currently. Mathematical framework without observations. Beautiful math. Unverified physics. Eternal inflation. Inflation never ends globally. Creates infinite universes. Bubble universes. Multiverse. Our universe is one bubble. Others exist. Different physics. Different constants. Anthropic principle explains why our universe has properties that allow life. We exist in universe where we can exist. Selection effect. Problem: unfalsifiable. Can't observe other universes. Can't test multiverse hypothesis. Explains everything by explaining nothing. Why is physics this way? Because we're in universe where it is. Not prediction. Not science. Gives up on explanation. None of these alternatives satisfied mainstream cosmology. All had problems. All required speculative physics. All lacked confirming evidence. Big Bang was flawed, but alternatives were worse. Stalemate. Crisis deepening. No resolution visible. April 2026. Uncomfortable question emerged. If Big Bang is wrong, what about Nobel Prizes awarded for Big Bang discoveries? 1978. Penzias and Wilson. CMB discovery. Still valid discovery. But interpretation wrong? Microwave background exists. Nobody disputes that. But is it Big Bang remnant or something else? Plasma cosmology explains CMB as starlight scattered by intergalactic plasma. Different mechanism, same observation. Prize for observing phenomenon, not for interpreting it. Probably safe, 2006. Smoot and Mather, CMB anisotropy. Kobe satellite. Measured temperature fluctuations. Confirmed Big Bang predictions, except those fluctuations also fit plasma models. Fit multiple models. Not unique to Big Bang. Prize for measuring phenomenon. Interpretation secondary. Probably safe. 2011. Perlmutter, Rees, Schmidt, accelerating expansion. Discovered using supernovae. Universe expanding faster than expected. Led to dark energy. Revolutionized cosmology. Except plasma cosmology says expansion is illusion. Tired light. Not real acceleration. Observation interpreted wrong. If plasma cosmology is correct, discovery is misinterpretation. Prize was for wrong conclusion. That's serious. 3 scientists, Nobel Prize, based on discovery that might be incorrect interpretation. What happens? Nobel Committee doesn't rescind prizes. Never has. But history remembers. Future textbooks might say, Perlmutter, Rees, and Schmidt received 2011 Nobel Prize for discovering apparent acceleration later explained by alternative theory. Their observations were correct. Their interpretation was premature, uncomfortable, embarrassing, not fraudulent. They did the work honestly. Interpreted data using best available theory. But if theory is wrong, interpretation is wrong. That's science. Even Nobel laureates can be wrong. The 3 laureates responded differently. Dr. Perlmutter. Our observations are solid. Supernovae show distance redshift relationship inconsistent with linear expansion. That's fact. What explains it remains open question. If dark energy is wrong, something else explains it. But phenomenon is real. Observations stand. Dr. Schmidt. I'm confident in our work. But science is provisional. If better explanation emerges, I'll accept it. That's how science works. Being proven wrong is how progress happens. I'd rather be wrong and contribute to truth than be right and obstruct it. Dr. Rees. I don't think we're wrong, but I acknowledge possibility. Evidence would need to be overwhelming. Current challenges to Big Bang aren't sufficient. Plasma cosmology has own problems. Until better alternative demonstrated, I stand by standard model. Professional, scientific, but undertone of defensiveness, of hoping they're not wrong, of legacy at stake. Nobody wants their Nobel Prize to become historical footnote, awarded for discovering something that doesn't exist. May 2026, the scientific establishment fought back. Not with evidence, with authority, with institutional power, with career pressure. NASA released statement. NASA remains committed to lambda CDM cosmology. Our missions, James Webb, Roman, Spire-X, are designed to test and refine Big Bang model. Alternative cosmologies are noted but not supported by preponderance of evidence. NASA's position is that Big Bang theory remains best explanation for observed phenomena. Translation: if you're NASA-funded cosmologist questioning Big Bang, your funding might disappear. Toe the line, support establishment, or lose your job. European Space Agency similar statement. ESA missions, Euclid, Athena, LISA, assume lambda CDM framework. While we welcome scientific debate, our operational planning requires stable theoretical foundation. That foundation is Big Bang cosmology. National Science Foundation. NSF funds cosmology research within established frameworks. Proposals significantly deviating from standard models require extraordinary justification and evidence. Review panels prioritize mainstream science. Translation: getting grants for plasma cosmology research nearly impossible. Reviewers are Big Bang believers. They reject alternative proposals. Not on merit, on ideology. Funding becomes weapon. Enforcing orthodoxy. Punishing dissent. Universities pressured junior faculty. Graduate students. Postdocs. Don't associate with plasma cosmology. Don't cite Lerner's paper except critically. Don't express doubts about Big Bang. It's career suicide. Wait until you have tenure. Then maybe you can question. But not now. Not as junior scientist. Play it safe. Graduate students caught between truth and career. Some genuinely believed Big Bang. Some had doubts. But doubts meant no recommendation letters, no postdoc positions, no faculty jobs. Suppressed doubts. Wrote theses supporting lambda CDM. Published papers assuming Big Bang. Got jobs. Then later, with tenure, some spoke up. Admitted doubts. But by then, invested in framework. Hard to abandon. Journal editors faced pressure. The Astrophysical Journal received criticism for publishing Lerner paper. Letters demanding retraction. Claims of peer review failure. Accusations of platforming pseudoscience. Editor defended decision. Peer review was rigorous. 6 reviewers. 3 supported publication. Paper addresses real problems. Science progresses by challenging established ideas. Even if we disagree with conclusions, shutting down debate is anti-scientific. But other journals got message. Nature, Science, Physical Review D rejected plasma cosmology papers. Not on quality, on ideology. Reviewers wrote, "This challenges standard cosmology, requires extraordinary evidence. Evidence provided is insufficient. Reject." Standard shifted. Big Bang papers needed ordinary evidence. Plasma cosmology needed extraordinary evidence. Double standard, designed to maintain status quo. Social media became battlefield. Twitter erupted. Durger Big Bang is wrong versus defend cosmology. Insults, accusations, personal attacks. Scientists on both sides behaving unprofessionally, calling each other idiots, frauds, charlatans. Science reduced to tribalism. My side versus your side. Not about truth. About winning, Dr. Sabine Hossenfelder, physics communicator, tried mediating. Both sides need to calm down. Big Bang has problems. That's acknowledged. Whether it's wrong or needs refinement is open question. Plasma cosmology is alternative. Worth investigating, but not proven. Claiming either side has definitive answer is premature. We need more data, more tests, less certainty, more humility, ignored. Moderates drowned out by extremists. Crisis deepened. Science became warfare. October 2026, 2 years after Lerner's paper. The crisis unresolved. Cosmology fractured. Big Bang questioned. Plasma cosmology debated. Alternatives proposed. Nothing decided. No consensus. Just conflict. Dr. Jonathan McDowell summarized, "We're in paradigm crisis." Thomas Kuhn described this. Normal science encounters anomalies. Initially dismissed. Accumulate. Eventually threaten paradigm. Crisis emerges. 2 responses. Defend paradigm with modifications. Or abandon paradigm for new framework. We're at that point. History shows paradigm shifts are messy, painful, generational. Old guard defends established theory. Young scientists adopt new theory. Old guard retires or dies. Young guard takes over. New paradigm becomes orthodox. Process takes decades, sometimes half-century. We're at beginning. Won't resolve quickly. 2030s will be tumultuous. 2040s might see resolution. Maybe. What future cosmology looks like, nobody knows. Possibilities, Scenario 1. Big Bang survives. Problems are solved. New physics discovered. Dark matter detected. Hubble tension resolved. Early galaxies explained by efficient formation mechanisms. CMB fluctuations found with better instruments. Lambda CDM refined but not replaced. Big Bang stands. Critics acknowledged but dismissed. Mainstream vindicated. Cosmology continues. This is what establishment hopes for. Scenario 2. Big Bang modified core idea survives. Universe had beginning, expanded, but mechanisms revised. Maybe inflation is wrong. Maybe dark matter is different. Maybe dark energy evolves. Hybrid model keeps successful predictions, fixes failures. Modified Big Bang. Not revolutionary, evolutionary. This is what moderates hope for. Scenario 3. Plasma cosmology, winds, electromagnetic forces dominate. No beginning. Eternal universe. Tired light. Filamentary structure. Predictions confirmed by 2030's observations. Dark matter experiments continue failing. CMB patterns fit plasma model. Revolutionary. Textbooks rewritten. Nobel Prizes recontextualized. Paradigm shift complete. This is what reformers hope for. Scenario 4. Third option, neither Big Bang nor plasma cosmology fully correct. New framework emerges. Combines elements. Quantum cosmology? Modified gravity. Something not yet imagined? Young physicist in 2028 has insight. Publishes paper. Explains everything. New paradigm born. Dark horse winner. This is what historians of science expect. Scenario 5. Undecidable observations remain ambiguous. Multiple theories fit data. Can't distinguish experimentally. Different interpretations of same phenomena. Like quantum mechanics interpretation problem. Copenhagen versus many worlds versus pilot wave. All mathematically equivalent. Choose on aesthetics or philosophy. Cosmology becomes similar. Multiple frameworks. None definitively proven. None definitively falsified. Frustrating but possible. Current state, uncertainty. The only certainty is uncertainty. Big Bang questioned. Alternatives proposed. Evidence conflicting. Conclusions premature. Future unknown. Dr. Wendy Friedman, reflecting on career. I spent 40 years measuring Hubble constant. Contributed to Lambda CDM cosmology. Now questioning whether framework is correct. It's humbling, uncomfortable, but necessary. Science isn't about defending your work. It's about finding truth. If my life's work contributed to wrong theory, so be it. Better to know truth than protect legacy. Dr. Eric Lerner, vindicated yet uncertain. I argued 40 years Big Bang was wrong. Now mainstream acknowledges problems. But that doesn't mean plasma cosmology is right. Just means Big Bang is failing. What replaces it? Don't know. Plasma cosmology is option. Maybe correct. Maybe wrong. We need observations, tests, evidence, not ideology. Not authority, evidence. The crisis continues. The debates rage. The observations accumulate. And somewhere, in some telescope, in some simulation, in some theorist's mind, the answer waits. The truth about cosmic origins, about universe's history, about reality's fundamental nature. We don't have it yet, but we're searching, testing, questioning, doing science as it should be done. Messy, contentious, uncertain, but honest. December 2026. 3 years since Webb's first observations of impossible galaxies. The field remains in turmoil. No resolution. No consensus. Just questions. Nature runs special issue. Crisis in Cosmology. 25 articles, covering every aspect. Problems with Big Bang. Alternatives proposed. Tests suggested. Philosophical implications. Historical perspective. No conclusions, just comprehensive documentation of crisis. Public confused. Is Big Bang wrong? Headlines ask. Scientists don't know how universe began, articles state. Satisfying to some, I knew scientists didn't have all answers. Concerning to others, if they're wrong about this, what else are they wrong about? Science educators struggle. What to teach? Old framework failing. New framework not established. Can't teach Big Bang as fact anymore. But can't teach plasma cosmology either. Not proven. Teach controversy? Teach uncertainty? That's accurate but unsatisfying. Students want answers, not questions. Dr. Katie Mack publishes book, The Universe or Something Like It. How We're Relearning Cosmic Origins. Bestseller. Explains crisis. Accessible. Honest. We don't know. We thought we did. We were wrong, or partially wrong. We're figuring it out. That's exciting. That's science, not failure, progress. The observations continue. Webb keeps imaging. Roman launches 2027. More data coming. More tests. More evidence. Eventually, truth emerges. History shows it always does. Just takes time, patience, humility. Meanwhile, cosmologists work. Some defending Big Bang. Some exploring alternatives. Some developing new frameworks. Competition of ideas. As it should be. Let evidence decide. Let observations judge. Let nature reveal its secrets on its own timeline. The Big Bang theory dominated cosmology for a century. Explained much. Predicted much. Succeeded spectacularly. But success doesn't guarantee eternal truth. Science progresses by falsifying theories. By discovering limits. By moving beyond. Big Bang may be reaching its limits. May be wrong. Or may be incomplete. Either way, cosmology is evolving. Growing. Improving. Not dying. Thriving. Crisis is opportunity. Opportunity to learn. To discover. To revolutionize. History remembers paradigm shifts fondly. Einstein replacing Newton. Quantum mechanics replacing classical mechanics. Plate tectonics replacing fixed continents. Germ theory replacing miasma. Each revolution challenged orthodoxy. Each faced resistance. Each eventually prevailed because evidence demanded it. Maybe we're witnessing another revolution. Big Bang to something new. Plasma cosmology? Modified gravity? Quantum cosmology? Something not yet imagined? Time will tell. Observations will decide. Nature will judge. Sleep now knowing that everything we thought about cosmic origins is questioned. The Big Bang, century-old theory, celebrated framework, established fact, might be wrong. Fundamentally, completely. Scientists are debating, fighting, searching, trying to understand, trying to find truth. Tomorrow, more observations, more tests, more debates. Eventually, answer emerges. New cosmology, new understanding, new appreciation for universe's complexity. For now, uncertainty reigns. The Big Bang is dying. Something new is being born. We're witnessing paradigm shift in real time. Historic moment. Scientific revolution. Sweet dreams. Citizen of universe whose origins we're still discovering. The truth is out there, in the data, in the stars, in the cosmos itself. We just need to be brave enough to accept it, even if it means abandoning everything we thought we knew. If this journey through cosmology's greatest crisis made you realize how much we're still learning about the universe's origins, hit subscribe. Every week we explore paradigm shifts that challenge everything we think we know. From dying theories to revolutionary ideas to mysteries we can't yet solve. The universe doesn't fit our theories, and we're finally admitting it. Don't miss the next revolution in human understanding.